Click on the next activity.
Lewis and Clark. The United States didn't always have 50 states or as much land as it does now. Back in 1803, there were only 17 states, and the country was much smaller. But that year, President Thomas Jefferson bought a huge piece of land from the country of France. It was called the Louisiana Territory, and it made the United States a lot bigger. President Jefferson had a lot of questions about this land. What did it look like? What kind of animals and people lived there? Could a person travel through it on a river and get all the way to the Pacific Ocean? Jefferson sent a group of 33 explorers to find answers to his questions. 2 men led the group, Meriwether Lewis and William Clark. Early in their trip, the explorers hired an American Indian woman and her husband to help them talk to the American Indians they met along the way. The American Indian woman's name was Sacagawea. The journey was difficult. The group had to travel across dry, hot plains, down fast-moving rivers, and over steep mountains. There were terrible storms and freezing cold weather. Sometimes they didn't have enough food. Sacagawea helped Lewis and Clark become friends with other American Indians. She taught the explorers which wild plants were safe to eat. Sacagawea also helped get horses for the explorers. The explorers discovered many things. They found out that the Rocky Mountains were even bigger than people had thought. They saw bison, bighorn sheep, grizzly bears, and other wild animals that no person from the United States had ever seen before. The group collected plants, rocks, and small animals. They even sent a live prairie dog to President Jefferson in Washington, D.C. Lewis and Clark made maps of all the places they visited. They wrote about their trip in books called journals and drew pictures of the animals and plants they found too. These journals would tell President Jefferson and others what they had done and seen. After more than 2 years in the wild, Meriwether Lewis, William Clark, and Sacagawea reached the Pacific Ocean. Their group had traveled over 4,000 miles to get there. Their journey and the many discoveries they made inspired others to follow in their footsteps. Eventually, the land they explored became part of the United States that we know today.
Click on the next activity.
Sacagawea helped Lewis and Clark.
Click on the next activity.
Look, Carla, I'm a map maker too. What kind of map is it, Tomas?
My name is Captain Tomas. I'm a pirate map maker, and this is my treasure map.
Well, Captain Tomas, pirate map maker, this is a great start.
Start? It's all done. Now how about you try to find my buried treasure?
That sure sounds like fun. But if I'm going to find the treasure, there's a lot of useful and important information you need to add to your map.
Like what?
Well, there are lots of different types of maps that can give you all sorts of information. Some maps show the continents and oceans and countries in the world. But maps can also show you things you would see if you lived in those countries, like mountains, forests, deserts, rivers, and lakes. Like this map of the United States I'm working on. I'm making this map to show people some of the interesting parts of the United States. Over here are the Appalachian Mountains, And these here are some of the major rivers, like the Mississippi, which is one of the longest rivers in the world. Here are the Great Lakes. This flat area here is called Central Plains. And over here are the Rocky Mountains and Sierra Nevada Mountains. This area here is all desert. And up here are huge forests.
What's down there in the corner?
That's called a legend. It shows the different symbols you see on the map, and it explains them. These symbols show you where the mountains, grasslands, forests, deserts, lakes, and rivers are. Sometimes the legend is called the key because it gives key information about the map.
What's that?
That's called a compass rose.
Why do you have a flower on your map?
It's not an actual rose, but it does sort of look like a flower, doesn't it? A compass rose shows the directions, so you can tell where something is compared to something else. See? That's north, east, south, and west. So you can use the compass rose on this map to see that the Appalachian Mountains are east of the Rocky Mountains. The country of Canada is north of the United States. The country of Mexico is south of the United States.
You're right. I guess my treasure map is missing a whole bunch of information. Arrgh!
That's okay, Captain Tomas. Just add more details to your map, and then I'll try to find the buried treasure.
Too late. Looks like my first mate already dug it up.
And he didn't even need a map.
Click on the next activity.
Map Fun with Carla. Hi, I'm Carla. I love to travel, and I make maps everywhere I go. A map is a picture of a place that tells you a lot about it. A map can show you what things are there, where those things are, and how to get from one spot to another. A map gives you a bird's eye view of a place. That means it shows you what a place would look like if you were flying above it, like a bird. You can make maps of big places, like continents and countries and states. You can also make maps of smaller places, like towns, parks, or even zoos. I made this map of my favorite park. It shows where things are in the park. Do you see the picnic tables and the pond? Sometimes, places on a map are shown with symbols. A symbol is a mark that stands for something else. How do you know what the symbols stand for? You look at the map key. On this map key, the dotted line stands for the trail, and the picture of the tent stands for the camping area. This park is big. What if you wanted to walk from the camping area to the pond, but you didn't know how to get there? First, you would look at the map's compass rose. It shows you which way is north. On this map, you can see that the pond is north of the camping area by looking at the compass rose. If you are at the camping area, you can use a pocket compass to tell which way is north. Go that way, and you will get to the pond. Maps help me remember where I've been, and they help me get where I want to go. And now, you know how to use maps too. Maybe you'll make a map of the next place you go.
Click on the next activity.
Make a map with Carla. Today, I'm working on a map of the United States. Help me add the finishing touches.
Play!
Find the river symbol on the map key. Very nice. Find a river on the map. Awesome job! Let's look at another part of the map. Find the lake symbol on the map key. Great! Find a lake on the map. Incredible! Let's look at another part of the map. Find the prairie symbol on the map key. Nice going! Find a prairie on the map. You got it! Let's look at another part of the map. Find the desert symbol on the map key. Awesome job! Find a desert on the map. Great! Let's look at another part of the map. Find the forest symbol on the map key. Incredible! Find a forest on the map. Great! Let's look at another part of the map. Find the mountain symbol on the map key. Nice job! Find some mountains on the map. Great! Thanks for your help. My United States map is complete. Awesome!
Click on the next activity.
Plains, deserts, map key, physical map of the United States.
Click on the next activity.
Color the land and water on the map. Write N, S, E, and W on the compass rose. Done.
Click on the next activity.
Frontier number lines. Use the number line to count the supplies.
Play!
There are 5 supply barrels on the boats, and we're picking up 3 barrels in the next town. How many barrels total will we have when we leave? 8. Excellent! Later that day, we have 8 supply barrels, but we're going to use 2 of them today. How many barrels will we have tonight? 6. Fantastic! The next morning, We have 6 barrels now, and we will pick up 6 more barrels today. How many barrels will we have all together? 12. Good. Later, we have 12 barrels of supplies, but we're going to give 5 barrels to the settlers at our next stop. How many barrels will we have after that? 7. Great job! That night, we have 7 barrels, but we just discovered another 8 barrels of supplies floating in the river. How many barrels in all will that give us? 15. Very nice. The next morning, we have 15 barrels on our boat. We're going to use 7 barrels during the rest of our journey. How many barrels will we have when we get to our destination? 8. You got it. The next day. Wonderful.
Click on the next activity.
Map Compass Rose. Map fun with Carla.
Click on the next activity.